have a look at this card. Now this card looks, look, this is why we're going to end up with, look, did you ever do that at school? I am a primary school teacher. I tend to, when we've been gluing, I tend to leave those little plastic spatulas to dry, and then I just peel it off. It's ever so satisfying. Really is. Anyone else? No, just me. Okay. Just trying to rub a bit off so I'm not getting it all over my next project. Hopefully we won't have such a battle with the glue. Right, okay, so this one, there's not a huge amount of work. That's probably not exactly right. Let me get out what we're using. So I have used these All and Create stamps. This is called Hibiscus. And I have used 3 die sets from Elizabeth Craft. We're going to use the VersaFine Claire, like that, and all my little bits and pieces. I'm just going to put those over there. No, I'm not going to put them there. Then I know where they are. Right. Okay. So we are using this hosta leaves, which we've cut here in the ivory foundations. We are using the garden water can, which I've cut in black card. And we are using the calendula, which I have just cut in white card. Both just the leaves, because you get the flowers, the stem, and the leaves. Just the leaves and the flowers. Okay, so these are the three die sets that we are going to be using. So it's quite straightforward, but I'd say the thing you've got to watch most is that we are stamping onto Centura Pearl, and I'm not the neatest of stampers as it is, and you do need to heat set it before we move on. So I have all my mats and layers cut. So I've got my base card, I have that white layer, I have that cream layer, the ivory layer, sorry, and this is the Centura Pearl that we're going to stamp onto. I'm just going to move that to there. Okay. Then we are going to need to cut. I need that little piece of copy paper as well in a minute. We are going to need to cut from black. We're going to do these now. Take this out. We're going to cut from black. We are going to cut the watering can. Now I'm just trying to keep inky things away at the moment so that I don't just put my hands in them. Okay, so watering can, and then the spout, that's in black. Okay, and we'll cut around that. Later, so that's one thing we're going to cut. Then we're not going to use the stem, but let's do the hosta leaves, because there's something else I need to do before we do the flower heads. So the hosta leaves on the ivory foundations card. Okay, excellent. So that's that. Let's just cut that bit off. Now I want to cut. Let's move that as well so I don't end up cutting that one. I don't need to. I'm going to cut all of these. So each flower, has 4 layers. Okay, but before I cut it out of the white stamping card, you probably noticed there's some black on that. So I used this little stamp from the set, this little one, on my little block, and I'm going to use that bit of paper here because I don't want it too dark. So I'm going to what I'm going to do, because I tend to do this when I'm doing like mixed media stuff, I tend to put my stamp on the end so that I can, rather than taking the ink to the stamp, I take the stamp to the ink. And then I'm just blotting it off. Literally, I'm then going to do this. Blot it off and then turn around. It literally is to provide more interesting background than just the white card, and it matches in with the black. Now, I don't need very much because I'm only this time cutting one lot out because I've already got a few of the flowers made. But yeah, I am just going to keep until that goes. There we go. Right, so that's how I made this. So I did it a bit darker, but I don't want it quite so dark this time. And then I'm just going to choose where on there I put my flower dies to cut them out. We still need that for later. Put the lid back on the ink. Move that out of the way. And I'm going to take those down. And that one. And the little one. And again, I'm just going to cut that off because I don't need all of that white. So, okay, here's my base plate. Those dies, we've got our hosta leaves on our ivory card, and we have our watering can on our black card. And then we are going to run that through the Gemini. So once we've taken the bits out of that, we're then going to do this bit of stamping onto the ivory. Now I'm going to try and make sure my hands are clean-ish so I don't smudge it. Okay, right, so. Oh, hostas have come out. Can you see the lovely lines that, that's just one pass through and you automatically get those lines. Okie dokie. So, there's our hosta leaves. That over there. Here is our watering can. I think it's called water can on the actual die. Garden water can, but we all call them watering cans, don't we? Oh, must admit, like a really good old-fashioned sort of galvanised one that's going a little bit rusty. Right, there we go. That's our water can, the garden water can. The spout, which I'm going to just shape, and I'm just going to shape that bit too. Okay, so we've got those. That in the bin. We're going to pop out the flowers now. There we go. It doesn't really matter what stamp you use. It's fairly random. It just gives a little bit of something different to the flowers. Put these ones back on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look, the little one's already dropped out. And another little one there. We're only going to need one of the little ones. But okay, so we've got one. There we go. Right, let's put that. Oh no, there's the other one. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. Okay, right. Move that over there. Now, this is the bit where we just need to be a little bit careful. We are going to use. Oh, I can get it open. We're going to use this lovely stamp. This one here with the butterfly. It's a really lovely small collage stamp. Collage stamps are quite often quite big. This one is lovely and small. So let me find a block. That said, I've probably not got a small enough block. I've probably only got my big blocks. We'll go with this one. We'll go with it on the end here. Okay, so I am going to stamp it twice. We're going to stamp it once in its entirety down in this corner. And we're going to stamp it again here. However, I don't want it so that it's going over the edge. If you can see, I managed to get a little gap. I did manage to smudge it as well, but a little gap there. And what I did is I literally ripped a piece of copy paper and I put it just inside the edge, just so that when we stamp over it, the edge is kind of blurred as opposed to straight. So we will start up there so that we're not trying to stamp this bit when we've got this bit already wet down here. So let's ink up this stamp. There's so much detail. You've got an alphabet. I think it's an alphabet, isn't there? Let's have a look. Yeah, the alphabet, you've got the word craft, you've got the little butterfly. Beautifully intricate little collage stamp. So we are going to aim. I want the sort of postmarky bits on, so I'm just going to aim kind of there. Right. I'm going to press too hard because I don't want to really smudge it. Okay, and there you go. Okay, so I've missed a little bit because I'm very worried about squidging it, but that's okay because it's only for a background. So we're going to re-ink this just to make sure it's all covered, and then we're going to do it in the bottom corner down here. Probably have done it on my stamping platform, but getting a bit renegade this afternoon. Okay, so let's make sure this time. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put that over there. I'm terrible at cleaning my stamps. I feel like that will season my stamp. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to get my heat gun and I am going to just give this a blast to heat set it, because this is a coated cardstock. Sorry, it's me talking over this with a frog in my throat. So let this dry. Okay, so this is a coated cardstock with centre of pearl, and the coating on it stops the ink soaking straight into the fibres of the card, so it sits on there and only very slowly sinks in or evaporates off. So a little blast to heat set it is perfect. So we have all our bits now. Oh, no, we don't. I haven't put this flower together. Let me get my flower forming mat. And this I'm going to do in a similar way to the way I did the cone flower just now, which is to turn it face down, pull down on each petal to give them a little bit of a curl in, then turn it over so you get that kind of shape that goes like, I don't know, there must be a name for it, whether it's a botanical name or I don't know, mathematical name for this shape. It just means it has a bit more sort of movement on your card. Right, so there we go. So, glue. Is it Glue-mageddon again? Let's see whether my glue wants to play now or not. There we go. Let's try. Oh, yes. Decided it wants to play. So we're going to put this one on. And then we're going to put this one on. Okay, and then I'm going to use a little bit of glue gel to raise up the little starry bit. Just a tiny little bit in there. And that's what I'm looking for. A little gem thing. So I'm going to put that on. And then I am just going to pop. Got enough in here. So a couple more flowers. There we go. A little black pearl on there just to give it a centre. I do like when I make flowers. I do like putting gems and blackback pearls and, you know, just something in the middle. So you can see the one I've made today is a lot lighter than the ones I did previously, but you know, it's okay. Whatever way, I don't think we're going to need any more leaves. So I'm going to put the leaves back. Oh, I didn't, did I cut the leaves for this one? I didn't. I can't remember. Anyway, I have some leaves cut, so we've got them here. That's okay. We've got plenty of leaves here, and I'm not going to make lines on them because they are just little tiny ones. Excuse me. Oh, my throat is starting to sound a little bit husky. Put those in there. Put those there. Right. Okay. Let us now begin to assemble. I don't know where my ribbon is, but we'll look for that in a moment once I've got everything else together. Probably on the floor somewhere near me. Right. Oh, dearie me. I feel like I've been like just dipping my fingers in. Poor old Dean. Every time I can't find it. I can't find it. I don't know. It's a black and white ribbon. It looks like that. It's somewhere. It was in there. It's probably now. No. Oh, yes. What's it in? Box. Thank you. In the wrong box, that's why. What hope is there, really?
The name of the shape is
a can. Oh, thank you. Who's that from? Oh, you looked it up. Ah, am I not keeping you busy enough that you got time to look it up on Google?
No.
Lots. Is that the botanical term or no?
It's a canopy or umbrellation.
Oh, now that one I have heard before because things like cow parsley and that are called umbellifers, but like umbrellas. Ooh, we're getting all a bit posh this afternoon, aren't we? Right, so we're going to try and put this on, and hopefully it is dry and not submerged. Okay, so I'm not going to press too hard on those bits. Brilliant. Okay, so now let us get some glue gel. Glue gel in the middle of this. I'm going to put it there. And then we're going to put the spout. Put the spout. Rhyme, isn't it? Incy wincy spied. Right, okay, I'm sorry, I digress. Right, let's get some leaves on. Put some leaves on. I might actually grab another one of those to our leaf. I do like hostas, but I don't know if any of you out there are gardeners, but I have a real slug problem and they love hostas, so I'm hoping that I will at some point be able to sort out a solution rather than slug pellets, but because hostas are beautiful. Oh, the flowers are not much, but the leaves are absolutely gorgeous. Right, okay, so we've got our leaves on and I'm going to put the flowers on next, and then once I've got the flowers on I'm going to work out where to just poke in the little white leaves from the the calendula die. So, I think actually I might put a little hosta leaf coming out there. I always do tend to cut a fair few of things like leaves, particularly because I kind of have an idea in my head what I'm going to do, and then when I start like this, putting it on, I go, oh, I might just stick that there, and I always end up needing more. So I tend now to cut more than I need, just so that I can have enough. And then they'll all just go in a pot. All my kind of extra flower bits go in a pot. And then if I'm doing a card and I need a quick flower, then I've usually got something that I can assemble, or is already assembled if I've done too many. What else should we do? One here, one here, one here, one there. I think one there, and we'll leave it there and we'll put the ribbon on. Yay! Now that one wasn't such a drama. Goodness me! Except the ribbon's about to fall apart. Pull it tight, quick. There, phew, phew. Rescued. Little ribbon there. You probably, if you've been watching a while and seen any videos, I'm a sucker for a big bow, lots of different ribbons. It's kind of, I don't know, call it my signature, but certainly something that I do. And quite often when I try not to do it, I just look at the card and think, oh no, it's a bit bare. Right, so we just do 1, 2, 3. Rule of 3. Things in threes. Both in nature. Things tend to go in threes when you arrange flowers or you plant your stuff, or in odd numbers. And we tend to do it in craft as well. There we go. Goodness. So this one looks really effective, but actually isn't too involved. 3 different kinds of cards. I think more what really makes it effective is just the different cards. There's not a lot of technique in there. It's just layering of different colour cards, different sort of textures of cards that makes it look so effective.